You want to start up somewhere? Yeah.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are honored to welcome you to this enlightening webinar where you'll have the opportunity to delve into the topic that lies at the heart of manufacturing excellence. Your host for today's session is Dr. Raghunandan Jagdish, a distinguished figure in the field of specialized material handling and lifting systems. Dr. Raghu holds the esteemed position of Managing Director and CEO at Nandan GSE Private Limited, a global leader known for pioneering cutting-edge solutions across industry such as aviation, defense, logistics, and bulk handling. With a distinguished academic trajectory, Dr. Raghu earned his PhD from the renowned Robert Sober University in France. His credentials also include the prestigious Fellow and Chartered Engineer status bestowed by the Institution of Engineers of India. His international endeavors encompass a master's degree in mechanical engineering from the Texas A&M University in the USA. Beyond his technical acumen, Dr. Raghu diversified his expertise by obtaining a professional certification in entrepreneurship and small business operations from Stanford University, USA. He further honed his strategic sales proficiency through an executive program at prestigious Indian Institute of Management, Indore. Renowned for his commitment to resolving intricate challenges and providing holistic support, Dr. Raghu is acknowledged for his articulate communication and collaborative leadership approach. Guiding a team of over 350 accomplished professionals, his mission is to empower clients and foster innovation. I hand over this webinar session to Dr. Raghunandan Jagdish.
Great. Thank you so much, Sangarsh. That seemed like quite a bit. But I'm going to follow this. We started on time at 2, India time, that is. So we'll, in about 35 minutes, cover how material handling impacts your company's bottom line. And again, if you see this little icon, if you surround yourself, it really depends upon what you surround yourself with. So I thank all of you to join, and your views will make our own journey of learning much better so that we make India a better place to be at. Q&As can get piled up. Feel free to park it in the question and answer session, and we will take it up all together. So ready to start? So I would like to talk to you about, how do you drive your productivity through? So your productivity is basically defined by what is the output based on what is your input, and that's the efficiency wherever you can get it at. So the innovations that have happened in the field over the last so many years, these are definitely, like, some of us know about it, some of us don't know about it. So this is just a small little endeavor to make sure that we can pass on some value to you, right? So first things first is, like, why are we talking? A lot of you know Nandan, but for those of you who don't, a little intro. What does Nandan do? So we're working to create a lot of ecosystems, and we are working to shape a future that's, we are trying to be future ready. That's our state-of-the-art factory in Navi Mumbai, which is just 20 kilometers from the Bombay airport. It's a vertical factory layout with 250 people working with us. And we have a fantastic middle management leadership team who's taking this forward. So though we are family owned, it's professionally run. This is all designed, fabricated, and we deliver it to 25 countries. This is in Turbe and Kapoli, like said. So we have, this is not a sales pitch, so I wouldn't want to go too much more. So we want to talk about factory management, right? So when we want to do factory management, there are a few aspects that go into it. The first one is manufacturing principles. So Whenever we have lean, that is reduction of waste, that's when you can have improvements. Next is improvement in your ergonomics. So whenever people who are working in a much better manner work there, they can give much better outputs. You can have advanced material handling equipment. Uh, Production scheduling should be very much optimized so that there is a continuation of the work and you can get it going. There's real-time monitoring and analytics so that in today's age, there's a lot of sensors, a lot of data collection that happens that you can monitor and you can start getting metrics out in real time. That is again because of the smart factory technologies that exist. There should be a lot of automated quality control. So there is vision, there is inline techniques by which you can do control there. There's a lot better efficient inventory management can be taken place, as well as energy efficient equipment wherever you're at. Work procedures, and of course, the most important one is about training and skill development. Because end of the day, we can have any kind of machines, but if it's not going to be able to get the human in place, it will not really work out that well. So this webinar, I'm going to be focusing on the first one. That's the efficient utilization of material handling systems. We can, of course, talk more and more about a lot more things in future webinars. But in this one, we're talking about how can you use material handling in a more efficient manner. You would want to identify your bottlenecks for sure. That is, bottlenecks are those places within the operations where things get slowed down dramatically. So once you identify those, you can like definitely take them over. You can look up your loading and unloading zones are big bottlenecks that exist within any organization, however big it is. So whenever you need to load and unload and you use manual labor for that, it will definitely throttle your productivity, and there it will lead to a subsequent delay as it gets through. The conveyor systems are there in a lot of organizations, but if they're not well designed and well maintained, they can definitely lead to bottlenecks which throttle your material flow. So when you need material to be there at a particular time, either there will be a pile up or there might be a deficit. So to prevent that, you need to have a very smooth moving conveyor system. You can have different material transfer points. So like you see here, with one conveyor, you can have multiple zones of MTPs. This again could lead to, if it is not well planned, it could lead to a lot of bottlenecks, and your entire movement will get throttled up. In today's age, the vertical factory, that is, as you keep going up at multiple levels, you can have different kinds of systems that help you take the goods vertically up and down. So rather than going through the steps and going through different kinds of incline conveyors, the moment you do vertical up and down, because that's the least size part, so that can go up and down, and you can get a much better throughput at whatever you're doing. Typically, storage areas would look like this, where people would dump things wherever they find space, and then you can't find them. You need to move them around. So overcrowded or completely disorganized storage areas can lead to a lot of losses, and these losses will also include, of course, the volume of space that you're wasting within your own factory will go bad. Whenever there is a crossing, that is, one guy is coming here, the other guy is coming here, these intersections and crossings are also points of critical failure and bottleneck and accidents. They also will lead to a lot of congestion, and it will slow down your material movement. And ultimately, I think from all this, what you would gather is, whenever there is a manual handling that happens, there will be a slowdown of the entire cycle of the flow. So you don't want that to happen at all. You need material that's coming in needs to be inspected. Whenever it needs to be inspected, it will need to be kept. So these material inspection checkpoints are always going to be bottlenecks again. You will have some slowdown happening there, and if it is not well planned, it can actually lead to delay. Your order processing and prioritization, as you keep moving on, there people don't know which order to work on. People don't know which order to process on. So when that happens, there can be a lot of multiple juggling of the material, and there you will again lose out on time. Your routing decisions, your equipment breakdown. Just let me tell you, this is not my product. This is a product that a customer bought by paying less, and that's what happens when you invest into bad equipment. It will lead to bad, breakdowns, and that's when will again cause you, if not just accidents, material damage, as well as loss of human life maybe, but ultimately it will lead to a downtime there. There can be some manual handling equipment that are not available on time, so that will lead to slowing of operations. So having said all this, I want to run a little poll. So you'll get a poll on your screen. So I would like for you to know, there will be a pop-up on your screen now. Are you involved in operations of a factory? And if so, would you like to improve them? So can I just get some answers, coming on the screen? If you would just give a little interaction, it'll be nice. And there we will at least know, how many of you are involved into operations. Great, great, awesome. Few more seconds I would like to hold on. Great. Yes, so bulk of you are definitely involved into operations, and you do want to improve the operations and learn more about it. Great. So that's what this is all about. So that's the results of the poll that you can see. So almost 59% of you do want to know more about operations. Great. So let's get on now. How does the poll stop? Okay. So we would like to showcase to you some, material handling improvements or material handling technologies that exist, and you can use them very quickly. So there are basically 4 types that I would like to talk to you about. One is whatever is the in-plant solutions, that is the equipment that can be used within your factory. The second one is that is used during a process. The third one is during loading docks, that is loading and unloading of trucks and containers. And finally, it is during the delivery of the goods. So let's look at this as it is. When we say in plant, right, that is wherever material is moved within the factory, few of the systems that are used are like hydraulic scissor lift. The scissor lift is the very simple system that is able to take material up and down. It can have capacities as high as 100 kilos. Hmm? Oops, I'm sorry. What about now? Yeah, apologies. Technology sometimes struggles. So scissor lift is able to take material up and down, whatever is the capacities. Typically, people use pallet trucks. These are small, simple, very cheap, inexpensive. I won't call it cheap, it's a bad word. Inexpensive systems that can be just put into a pallet and moved around. I think single-handedly, it has been the most useful system along with racking, which has improved material handling all over the world. But if somebody invests into a battery-operated pallet truck, it might seem to be costing more. But if you amortize that cost over 5 or 10 years, you'll realize that the fatigue that the operator has reduces dramatically. So that's with the improvement now, it is even smaller than this. This is at the time when the batteries used to be traction batteries. Now they're all lithium and very small, almost the same size as this. We have stackers, floor cranes, hydraulic goods lifts. All of these are in plant. So a hydraulic goods lift is used, like you can see here. There's no shafts, there's no machine room, there's no overhead height, etc. So there are a lot of benefits that can be done by re-looking at your existing factory layout, and without investing much into a capex, you can invest small equipment and you can improve your productivity. So these are some systems. Like I'd like to show you on how it looks like, when a factory runs, and we have this. So my team is building something called a virtual factory layout, which showcases that within a factory, how do you use material handling systems? So if you have X amount of square feet of space, that's all you have. But you can go vertically up by paying for more FSI today with any, of the MIDCs or any of the industrial areas and rebuilding a prefab shed. So at the loading dock, you can have a knuckle boom crane, which loads, unloads materials. You can use a scissor lift to come level with the height of the truck so that you can take up the material in a safe manner, going up and down without a slope. You can have scissor lifts within the factory for processes. You can have these kind of boom lifts for accessing various heights. This is a VRC, it's called vertical reciprocating conveyor. So wherever you have a mezzanine, you can build up and you can make a freestanding lift. Even if your building is not strong enough to take the load, the entire load can come onto the ground. These mezzanines are good because they're very inexpensive to build and they will multiply your productivity in a big manner. Once you go into a little location of the factory, let's say that it's some corner. So instead of taking a full U-turn around, you can use like turntables to rotate material around. You can park your cargo in a rotary manner. So instead of keeping everything on the ground, you can make it go vertical and it can rotate and come down to the ground. It's a fast access system that can happen through. There are systems where, like you can see that there's a scissor lift that is again used as a material lift. It can go up and down and you can have a flat pallet, 2 ton, 3 ton, 5 ton, whatever the capacities you need can be built up. And that's the advantage of a mezzanine. Where the space belongs to you, you can use multiple levels wherever you want to use it at. You have lifts, scissor lifts again. So these scissor lifts can be used for heights. So instead of just going up a ladder, you can use scissor lifts to go up and down. So you can utilize every square feet of your factory in the right manner so that the efficiency and the movement of material is done in a much better way. You're the first people to see this video, by the way. It is being developed by our team and is still work in progress. But I believe imperfect action is better than perfect inaction. So we are leading to that. This is another fantastic product called the dock lift. So the dock lift can be on wheels and you can move it wherever you want. And it becomes a portable dock. That is, it can go to the second level of the truck too if required. From the ground, you can just roll a truck and take it across there. Right? This is called a truck mounted tail lift, where in the back of the truck, any existing truck, it can be fitted. And using that, you can move them around. I do see that some of my friends who joined in the meeting also make them. So yes, there's enough trucks in the market that all of us can do a good job to fit it up as long as it's good quality. We have larger size knuckle boom cranes. A knuckle boom crane is an advantage because it combines a crane and a truck together. So that's a little, explanation of your in-plant equipment. We have loading systems like the container loader and unloader to move bulk items. There can be use of the dock equipment like the scissor lifts, the truck loaders, the truck pallet systems, etc. So one little application I would like to show you what is the difference between using conventional systems and using something that is mind-boggling. So forklift can move one pallet at a time in and out. So in that much time, you can have a fully integrated pallet loading system in which the pallets are entirely made outside the container, and in one shot it can be pushed in or pulled out. So this way you can see it's like going in, and once it goes in, it lifts up, and then that entire stretch is pulled out. So you can fully pull up all the trailers with the pallets, and then you can take it out for automated movement. So do ask us. My team is always available on sales@nandan.co.in or the systems that are put up on the website, etc. For loading the trucks, that you can use a knuckle boom crane and you can use like truck mounted tail lifts in the back. So advantage of a truck mounted tail lift is that it goes vertically up and down, unlike an undermount. So the platform will go up and down. You can roll a trolley onto this, press a button, it'll go up, and then you roll your material inside. Once you're finished, just close and you're done. And with the crane, the advantage is that you don't need two equipment. The driver himself can operate it. So you can pick it from the ground, keep it on itself, and in the front, in about 1 meter space, you can completely, keep it collapsed there. So uh, here you have some case studies. So if you like are from, let's say, a steel rolling mill, or you're an automaker or a pharma plant, or any of the hundreds of industries that does material handling, technically everybody does. It improves your safety, it improves your productivity, it improves your operations. Your manual labor is now converted into an operator, so they work in a much better manner. And that's how people would work it up. So my team is always available on sales@nandan.co.in, and that's the central number on which you can reach. Or the bare minimum what you should do is just go to our website, and you should check the website out and look it up. I'll just show you what is happening in material handling today. So nandan.co.in is the website which we've made. It's you can use it a lot yourself. So there is the applications as well as there is the industries. So whatever industry you belong to, if you just come down to that particular industry segment, you can actually see what are the products of use for you to improve your productivity, performance, and safety. And with each of these products, you can see more in detail about what is coming, you know, within the application, which all industries it's used at, what is the product detail like. There are multiple product videos that have been put in. So if you want to know about the truck mounted knuckle boom cranes, you could just, open it up, see it at your own pace. You can check up the close operations. What's the benefits of using a solution like this? What are the different applications that we can get it done at? How does it open up? How does it pick up the material? So this is, by the way, given to the Navy, who's using it for lifting torpedoes, and we're simulating it using the crane itself. Just imagine you needed a hydra to pick it up, keep it on itself. It would have been a very unsafe as well as time-bound operation. There are lots of case studies. So ultimately for us, what matters is how we help the customer. So there are a lot of case studies that, how we've helped solutions. More than happy that you can see this, and all this is in the public domain. So over the last 32 years, we keep an accurate count of the number of equipment we've delivered, what amount of money do we save for customers. We are already there in 25 countries, looking for more. And with all this, the idea is to improve your productivity, performance, and safety. We are now there in different parts of India. We have representatives, dealers, distributors in various parts of the country. We're also looking at a lot of international partnerships, and look to make sure that we can reach out to more countries as we go with. So I hope, in short, like I said, up to a short and sweet presentation is what it is, but this is more about an interaction. So if anybody wants to ask questions, you can just raise your hand, and my team will just unmute you, and we can have an interaction this. Else, just please feel free to type out in the chat box, and we will answer your questions. So questions? I'm anyways, I'm sending out another poll, which I would want you to, participate on. Okay. Waiting to see what more topics you want to know about. Okay. Great. Nice. Yes. Yes, of course. Great. So I get your pose and thank you for the comments. Uh, so we do you know so I have questions. Let me go point by point. So vertical factory system. Thanks, Ashish, for the question. So the vertical factory system is basically where you see your existing land. Let's say you want to multiply it and you want to buy more capacity. So per square feet in any is an expensive affair, and you will not be lucky to get it next to your factory. So the moment you put it out anywhere else, the cost of transportation and others is always going to be more. So we would want to go vertical. So when you go vertical, in the conventional method, you'll have to use an RCC, build up slabs, which will take a long time. Like our own factory, we built it in about 4 months. We built multiple mezzanines and we use access platforms to take that up. So whoever attended, we will of course send you a little detail about it, and you can talk about it. So the next one is about don't want to invest in dock levelers, interested in, yes. So the vertical docking system that exists is like truck loading dock is a very interesting product because you don't need to raise the height of your factory. You can instead just put it on your own factory floor. Sorry, these are all aviation products. Yeah. So we would like, if this would be a solution where this is on wheels, so you can move them around. This comes almost zero level to the ground, and then you can put it up to the height of the truck, and you can load and unload any kind of truck or container. We also have these solutions where if you want not just 8 tons, but up to 40 tons can be lifted up and down. You can make this go between levels so that instead of a ramp, you can continue on with that. Hydraulic goods lifts so that you can take material as high as 5 floors, and this helps to move material around. Can you unmute everybody? If somebody wants to talk, they can too. So this is the absolute right usage of a dock lift, where instead of a slope, your movement of the rolls up and down are going to go horizontally. This is for a company which was earlier loading the trucks using a ramp, and it used to take them about 5 or 6 people with a lot of effort. But now 2 people can completely load a truck in about half an hour and can get it going in great safety. We have more solutions, which is like this. Somebody asked us about a die loader. So something like this can be used to go up and down. You can have the dies, rollers, or whatever material you want to put on this, move it around, it goes up and down. Right from the ground, you can take it and take it to the height of the steel and use it for loading there. So Mr. Paolo is asking, products are CE approved? Not yet, but on a piece-to-piece basis, we are. So we have Mr. Paolo coming in from Italy. We are working towards the European market, and we'll definitely seek your help, sir. And Nilesh ji, of course, we'll share the whoever's attended. We will share the catalog with everybody. Now, because we are attending this. One thing is to talk about it from a product centricity. The other is to do it like an audit. So we would like for giving this option to all the people who have attended here, the ability that we would like to do an audit of your factory free of cost. We're not going to charge anything for that. And we will come and explore how these products can improve the productivity with you there within the existing factory, within the existing infra and the people. So that definitely helps across there. Anil, yes, of course, we are more than happy to work this up with you. The powder handling system. So that's a great question again. So powder handling happens in two methods. One is where you have gunny bags and people move the gunny bags from one place to another and load them up. The other option could be with the usage of something called container tilter, where you get 25 tons of material in one place, and then once you fill it up, you can look to handle it and rotate it around in a manner which is there. We will share the solution with you in a manner where it will be useful. But for the moment, what we have here is like this. You can get a fully loaded container, get it picked off the truck or the trailer. You can fill it with bulk cargo and then move them from one part of the factory to the other. This is how a portable truck dock would look like. This is in the ground level. You would just put a pallet on that, press a button, lift it to the height of the truck, and then just take it inside in a straight manner. So we'll get there. Audits, yes. So good question, Ashish. So an equipment handling audit is going to happen when one of the experts would come to your place. They would come and study your existing operations. We would look at see what small investments you could do into small equipment or changes in your processes, and that will help you improve your output end of the day. Like this customer to whom we propose this came out of a equipment audit where originally they were using 6 people with the forklift, with the manual movement, and they were finding it very difficult. The forklift used to move it, keep it at the edge of the truck, and then they used to manually take it inside. So 6 people used to take about 1 hour to load a truck. Now because of this, like 2 people, and that too because the boxes are high. And they can do it in a matter of half an hour. Sorry. So an AGV is a automated guided vehicle on which you can keep any kind of material, whether it is 100 kgs or 10 tons or 100 tons, whatever is the weight, and then it will move on itself on the ground. So this is a big replacement to the assembly lines where they were having rails and cranes and everything. So we've tied up with a company called DTA from Spain, where we are giving these AGVs which are used for assembly. So they can be used, for example, it can move a fully loaded plane. And if earlier using a tugger, only 2 of them could be kept in a hangar. Now they could actually keep 4. So that really, really helps. We also partner with the JCB. So JCB is, again, you might know them for the construction equipment, but there is also a scissor lift range which is useful with electric and can be used for any kinds of height access or boom lifts of this type, again for height access. So this again exists. So Mr. Shashikant is looking for systems to load palletized drums. Of course, that is again one of the big specialities of using a material handling system, where you can use a system like this in a palletized manner without using a ramp, because it comes straight away to the ground and you can load it onto this same thing. It is absolutely the same like what you saw in this will require a pit to be made. The zero scissor lift doesn't require a pit to be made. That's the difference between the two. And yes. So great. I think cylinder handling, yes. So when we have cylinders that need to be handled, cylinders are quite peculiar because it could lead to accidents. They're small, but if they fall down, they could really cause a lot of damage. So for that, we have these things called truck mounted. Oops, kind of lost it. So if you need to load cylinders, we would again propose for you the zero scissor lift as well as the truck mounted column tail lift. So both of these would help out, and you can move them various levels. If you want to move material between levels, you can use a VRC or a goods lift. Yeah. So these are the different kinds of truck loading systems that are used. Yeah. So this is how cylinders are handled. So instead of throwing the cylinders down or rolling them around, you can just press a button, get there, and it gets into the truck. So we are proud to say, arguably, we got the maximum number of solutions on cylinders all India, whether it's companies like Linde, Praxair, Air Liquide, all of them have come now to be standardizing on the Nandan products. And that's the reason again why, whether it is aviation or whether it's defense or whether it's material handling solutions for industry, we've been able to give solutions to customers all around. So in summary, I think, I would like to end with this little quote, which says, generally, if somebody offers us an amazing opportunity we know nothing about, we first say yes, and then we find ways to do it. So keeping that in mind, we would always look forward to your questions. We would look forward to your challenges, because your challenges is our next solution that we can give out. So Nandan, again, just close out, Nandan has been around for the last 34 years. This was founded by Mr. JC Kumar, who's the founder and chairman still of the company. We have a fantastic team of 250 people, and all of these are delivered from a world-class factory in Navi Mumbai, which we're able to give standard solutions, which are ISO 9, 14, and 45,000 certified. We work across aviation, defense, material handling systems, and customer-wise, we've done solutions for, we've solved problems for a lot of customers. So in the middle, you can also see the Prime Minister sitting on an AGV. This was designed by us as a floating stage on which I was given the honor to even operate it. This was last year in December. We've done work for Ratan Tata ji. We've done the car parking systems for his house. We've done work for Army, Air Force, Navy, as well as a theme park. So we've done a ride called I for India at AdLab Zematica. So that said, we would like to hear from you. So feel free to write to us at sales@nandan.co.in, or go to our website nandan.co.in. In the bottom, there is a small icon called Milo. You can click on him and question at any point of time. We will have somebody contact you right away and solve your problems. So we, as promised, it's a short webinar just to showcase to you what are the improvements that you can do in your factory. Any more questions? We can have, of course, advanced AI-based AmbuLift. Okay. So for us, our clients' imagination is the only limitation we have, and of course, is bank balance, because the more complex the solutions, the more expensive they might be. But yes, our job is to show you the value proposition and make sure that what you pay is what you get, because end of the day, price is what you pay and value is what you get. So with Nandan, you'll always get a great value of investment that you can set it up at. So once again, thank you once again for joining in on the webinar, and we look forward to serving you with more such things. We are available online, we are available offline, we are available to come and meet you with equipment audits wherever in the country you are. We will find a way to reach you. So now we also are tied up with brilliant, dealers who have worked in the field for like many years, and that they're present in all the parts of the country, and very soon will be working up and coming with them to you. So this is Raghu once again signing off. Thank you for joining the webinar. Have a great day. Bye bye.